If they can do it, I can do it. And that's the mentality. If somebody else can do it, you can do it. And I said to myself, I will do it and I will do it better. That's the mentality. And I believe with the mentality is 50% of the success in what you're doing.
You have to be able to use what's given to you. And we are unfortunately given way more negative than we are positive. So how are you going to use it? Are you going to use it by letting it, getting shy and sitting in the basement, saying, man, I'm not really ready to play this game? Or are you going to use it like, hey, you, I deserve this. I'm going to show you. I'm going to prove you wrong. And then in 5, 10 years, you're going to walk in the room and all those people that doubted you, all those people that said negative to you, all those people that made jokes to you, all those people that rolled their eyes at you, they're all going to tell you how proud they are. I always believed in you. I remember, and you'll remember too, every single person that ever said negative things to me. I remember all of them. By the time they come back around and say they're proud of you, you don't even need the validation anymore because you already know. And that's the most powerful thing that you can have, your own belief in yourself, proving yourself right, proving that you do have what it takes, and nobody can take that from you once you've built that.
Your growth will frighten people who have no plan on changing.
Don't ask anyone what they think you should do. Make a decision you're going to do this. You're going to make a decision right now, today, that you are never going to lower your standard of living. You have the potential that God gave you. You've got all the potential in the world. Anything anybody else does, you're quite capable of doing. But you've got to make a decision to do it. When you make a decision, the way will always show itself.
Any skill must be nourished over and over again. And this is why skill attained by investing a lot of effort. And the only way in order to express this is by repetitive structure, repetitive movements.
Some people start off with life served to them on a silver platter, and I bet you think that's better. The thing is though, money can't buy purpose, and I guarantee that when you start off with the epitome of what people deem successful, and you did absolutely nothing to get there, the emptiness is haunting. Everyone is the victim of something, but it's only those that find meaning in their struggles that eventually become their own hero. When you take resistance away from a person, they're left with no reason to push. So your situation, though it's heavy by nature, is exactly what you need to keep going.
Remember this, is that people are time wasters, and the great majority of people have no goals, they have no priorities, they have no plans, they have no concern about becoming successful, and they think that you're the same. They think because their time isn't worth anything, that your time isn't worth anything also.
Always directly approach what you want is the wrong way. Why? Because it is one-sided. You want freedom, face the structure, face the hard discipline. Because if inside this hard structured form, you are able to have the freedom, you feel free inside this hard form, that is the freedom.
The axle around which the wheel of life turns is goals.
This is why a goal is so important, because we will become that. We become what we think about. Now, it may be fantasy at first. It might even appear to us as being a lie. But if you read it often enough, you'll start to believe it.
Every day is a good day if you make that the case. And I don't mean having some fake positive attitude towards the day. I mean actually making it a good day through what you control. You see, people think that having a rock-solid routine fixes everything, and it might fix some of your problems, but it doesn't build immunity to external problems. The goal is to build the highest minimum possible in terms of what you carry out on a daily basis. You see, in my case, my worst day possible where things go horribly wrong and I achieve nothing, this is what I like to call the best worst case scenario. Life becomes very problematic when you leave everything in the hands of happenstance, because when things inevitably go wrong, you'd be left with the feeling that there's nothing you can do to progress life towards being better. Take advantage of what you control and you will no longer be left with that feeling. You can exercise, you can eat healthy, you can think intentionally, and you can make these things the baseline accomplishments of every single day.
Your new life is going to cost you your old one. It's going to cost you your comfort zone and your sense of direction. It's going to cost you relationships and friends. It's going to cost you being liked and understood, but it does not matter. Because the people who are meant for you are going to meet you on the other side. You're going to build a new comfort zone around the things that actually move you forward. Instead of being liked, you're going to be loved. Instead of being understood, you're going to be seen. All you're going to lose is what was built for a person you no longer are. Let it go.
You see, many people say they want to be great, but they're not willing to pay the price of greatness. Are you willing to do what most people are not willing to do? Are you willing to put in the work even on holidays? Are you willing to work to perfect your craft even on weekends? Are you willing to study and get better and grow even on the nights you're invited to those parties? Are you willing to pay the price of greatness? Are you willing to pay that entry fee, the cost at the door of what it takes to be great? You don't just stumble upon greatness. You pay the price day by day, moment by moment.
Winning didn't know my name. Winning doesn't know who the hell you are. You know, winning keeps its hands in its pocket. It's going to keep its hands in its pockets. You know why? Because it doesn't want to point to anybody who isn't worthy. In order to see winning in all its glory, it wants to see you suffer. It wants to know what you're made of.
You stay in environments where people don't recognize the value of you, you will shrink your gift to the size of what they can stand. And that's what causes anxiety and depression and stress, because you have had to shrink into a form where people can tolerate you.
I don't wait for the perfect moment. Usually the perfect moment is now. The right time to tell somebody that you love them when you feel it is right now. The right time to make that contact, right now. So I want to challenge you today. That call you need to make it now. That email you need to send it now. That chapter you need to write, that copy, that funnel, do it now. I love knocking things off the list because that creates momentum. And the more you do this, ironically, you will develop confidence in yourself to be able to attack things in the moment.
Not just about you. It's not just about whatever you're going to get. It's about the example that you're setting for every single person around you. It's the example in your household. It's the example in your neighborhood. It's the example in your community. And if we all took that seriously, the world wouldn't look the way that it looks. You have an obligation to extract the potential that is within you. You are given gifts. You are given a purpose. You may not know what they are yet, but it is your duty to figure out what they are. It is your duty to become the best possible version of yourself.
And you figure out who you are and what you want to do, and you devote your life to it like a maniac, like you're all in on this thing, and you manifest. Most of these people end up doing what they say they're going to do and being who they say they're going to become. It's real.
Okay, each and every day I'm just going to try to progress little by little. I'm going to try to take small steps each and every day. Understanding that every day is not going to be perfect. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to have days where I mess up, but that's okay because we're focused on the progress. We're not focused on trying to be perfect. And when you focus on the progress, that means even through mistakes, you're looking for the lessons and the ways that you can grow and progress through the mistakes.
The important thing is that you just keep climbing. Even when you do slide back, you're never at the bottom, because you're always higher up than when you started.